Okay, if you are looking at the description and saying football, come on, Mike, this is not a sports show. You are correct in saying that, but give me some runway here. I want to talk a little bit about. This is. I'm sorry, the Instagram is right in my ear. I want to show you how football is showing us exactly what's wrong with this country. And there are a few things that I would like to discuss. So thank you so much for being here. This is In Other News. I'm your host, Mike Russell. Again, this is a show that is not about politics. It is a show that was about politics for 17 years and no longer about politics. We're not talking politics. We're talking about stuff that really matters to you and I, not the theater that we see in Washington, D.C. and some of the most evil, vile humans on this planet. Anyway, let's talk about this now. Football again. Once again, this is not a sports show. We're not going to talk a lot about football, but I do got to get you caught up in why I'm talking about this. The first is what's up, Grizz? The first thing is this Lane Kiffin story, and if you don't know the Lane Kiffin story, Lane Kiffin is a probably public enemy number one in college sports right now. And again, just give me some runway here so I can show you what's happening. Lane Kiffin for 5 years was and I say was the head coach of Ole Miss football. Okay. So I took him brought him up into a real, basically a real organization, real football organization that's going to make the playoffs this year. Lane Kiffin decided as the head coach of a football team, all these young men are like, yeah, we're following coach and we're believing this program and we've made the college football playoff. Heck yeah, this is going to be so amazing. He took the job at LSU and literally got onto a private jet yesterday and dipped out of MISSI PPI. Left. Gone. Now the coach at LSU, and he said he actually tweeted out. He said, "If you are not a member of the coaching staff that is on this plane, that means you're not coming with us." So he took part of his coaching staff with him. He's taking players. It's I think the ASU quarterback is going to follow him to LSU, and it just rocked the NCAA. Now here's why I've asked you. Thank you so much for letting me get you caught up on that because we're not talking football. We're talking about how football is illustrating a lot of the problems we're seeing in America right now, and this is one of them. Lane Kiffin followed that bag, and that's fine. LSU is paying a boatload of money to get him over there. Trust me, they gave him the sweetest of sweetheart deals. He was not going to go unless he was going to chase that bag. And probably in 4 or 5 years, he's going to do it again. He did this to Tennessee. He did it to Ole Miss. He'll do this to LSU and probably be the Alabama or Auburn head coach soon enough. He's working his way through the system. So what this is, now let's get to where this is not sports and we don't have to talk about sports. This attitude of entitlement, this attitude of, and I'm not talking about Lane Kiffin, I'm actually talking about the players. Because now a lot of the players have to decide to jump into the portal and put their themselves into free agency, and they might not even play in the playoff game for Ole Miss. They might just be signed to another team by then. So we spent so long saying that college football players should be paid, that college basketball players should be paid. We got what we wanted, and now it's all screwed up just because. And the argument to pay college football players, I'm just football, obviously they pay other players as well for different sports. But the argument for paying football players is identical to the argument for paying Starbucks baristas more and why they are getting locations shut down in Manhattan because New York is on strike. Starbucks, we want more money. We want more money. The argument is identical. That the NCAA was making money, that these colleges were making a lot of money, and I'm a bazillions of dollars when these kids were playing for no money. And they couldn't take any money. They couldn't get lunch money. They couldn't get movie money. They couldn't do anything. They couldn't get a job. because if they got a job, it would be a boosters company, and they're like, we're going to pay you $100,000 to work here 2 hours for the summer. So that's why they couldn't do that. It's the same as Starbucks. Oh, Starbucks CEO makes $90 million a year. Oh, they should pay their people more. It is an entitled attitude. It's an entitled thought. It's childish. In every way is it childish. And now we can thank the NCAA for showing us exactly how childish of an argument that my company makes so much money. I'm the one that's working. I should get a piece of the money they're making. Sweetie pie, come here. Let me just lean in here. You do get a piece of the pie. You do. Period. Starbucks baristas get a piece of that big, giant money-making machine that their company is. They get a piece of the profits. So does everyone that works at Pizza Hut. So does everybody that works anywhere else. You work at any job. My company makes so much more money, we should get paid more. No. You get paid constantly for what you're worth. Period. Okay? And by the way, the CEO of Starbucks or the CEO of Nike or any of these CEOs that, they make so much money, the employees should get more pay. Do you know where those dudes started out of college? Making the lower dollars for a company and working their way up. This asinine NIL portal system that the college football has is a wonderful example of what happens when you give into this nonsense, when you give into this garbage, this crap that is, my company makes so much more, I should get a piece of that. It's nonsense. You are getting a piece. Every single piece you can get for pouring a cup of coffee. I always laugh because, I'm addicted to Starbucks cold brew. Y'all know this. I have this literally filled with Starbucks cold brew right now. It's my addiction. Lots of worse things I can be addicted to. Starbucks cold brew. Try this coffee, try that coffee. Nope. None to me is better than the Starbucks cold brew. Didn't. But when you turn that little thing around and ask me for a tip, literally you just poured it into a glass and handed it to me and charged me $5.75 for it. I'm good. You don't need more because you pouring the coffee is not worth $5.75 to me. The coffee itself is. And I paid that. If they jump it to $6.50, guess who's paying $6.50? Me. Think about it, but they could actually fix the NIL. They could fix this whole problem. But if you do, that's all you can. I was going to pull a scene from South Park, which I obviously get shut down and sent back into YouTube jail if I did. But it was wonderful because it was Cartman going into the University of Colorado athletic department. And he walks up to it. He's dressed. He's got this big hat on. And he's got this old Southern suit on. And he's talking in a Southern accent. And he goes up to the wall. I'm not going to do my Cartman impression right now. He goes to the wall and he sees the basketball team. He's like, I'll pay you $30 for the white ones and $50 for the blacks. He's like, I too am in the slave trade. He was talking about the head of Colorado. Goes, what do you mean slave trade? You mean our student athletes? And he goes, oh, student athletes. Okay. Well, we pay our student athletes. And it was an argument for, they're basically just used to make the university money. No, they aren't. I'm sorry. I would agree that part of a scholarship should include the food package and a stipend allowance that is maxed out at maybe $100 a week. Give the kids some walk around money, give them some gas money, and make sure they have food 3 squares a day, and that's it. Because what you have now, in case you don't know how it works, is this. Let's say the ASU quarterback, which he's going to go to LSU. He's going to follow Lane Kiffin over there. Let's say they come to Mike Russell Link. They come to In Other News. And they say, hey, you guys are killing it over there. I know you're big ASU fans. Whatever. It's going to cost us $1 million a year to keep this kid. You want to hire him? You want to give us $1 million a year to keep him? Sure. Okay. That's how that works. Okay. So they can fix this problem, but they won't because they're like, oh, no, that's just a slave. What do they call it? Not the slave. They call it the plantation mentality. If we fix the problem should be go back to the old ways and maybe with a few adjustments. But this, okay, sure, we can pay players now because we don't want to look like the bad guys. The NCAA doesn't want to look like the bad guys. That's exactly what's wrong. It's the same argument as all of these other jabronis, going on strike. Look, I understand the need that this country once had for unions. I do, and I get it. My great uncle was the head of the tile setters union here in Arizona. I get that unionized labor was a thing and needed to be a thing. We're done. We're well past that now. Well past it. And when I say we're well past it, meaning I would, if there was a disbanding of all unions or you strip unions of their negotiating power, especially when it comes to public unions, because the public unions, who are they negotiating against? You as a taxpayer. They're negotiating against me, you. And so they've done nothing but run up the price of everything, and the packages they have are disturbing. But it all is centered around the childish notion that if I'm paid for a service and the company makes more, I should get a piece of that money. That's childish. And it's the same argument that brought us the problem that we're seeing right now in college football. Because college football wanted to be the cool guys like, oh, yeah, let's pay the players. NCAA, let's pay the players. They want to look at us. We're so with it. We're so with the times. Y'all did this ready, fire, aim mentality just because you wanted to have the social cred. You wanted a virtue signal all over the rest of the world. And look what happened. Fell on your face. And Lane Kiffin, that ass, just pointed it out for all of us. Thanks, Lane. Appreciate you, buddy. Just to shining a big old light on how stupid this is. But how do you put that toothpaste back in the tube? It's a lot like with the unions. How do you put that toothpaste back in the tube? The pensions are unbelievable. Look, I appreciate firefighters. I do. I really do. I appreciate y'all. Really do. It's a hell of a gig. I'm encouraging intern Nuge to go into the fire sciences like right away. Because as it stands, their pension program, their pay and pension program is insane. Is insane. I always see the guys out there washing their big toy haulers and their boats and whatnot, and I smile every time I see a Phoenix Fire shirt on or a LA Fire shirt on. I'm like, yeah, dude, they're raking money right now. And until you fix that problem, and here's how you fix it: everybody that got hired yesterday, okay, good for you. You got the right pension program. That's the pension program we agreed to. That's what you get. If you're hired today, it's a new program. Sorry. It's going to have some gnashing of teeth, but people got to get it fixed. We got to get it fixed. And by the way, I'm going to back my grandfather, Dick Neely, right now. I'm going to back his play for all these Starbucks baristas that are out there with every piercing you could possibly have and every color hair you can imagine. Talking about, I want a piece of the Starbucks pie. Bye. You're fired today. Here you go. Here's your last paycheck. See you later. Enjoy. A lot of people would love to come in here and make money and get free, as Grizz mentioned, get free college tuition. And I think that's an ASU exclusive. I think it's a Phoenix exclusive program. Maybe they've taken it nationwide, but it was the pilot program was ASU, which is pretty cool. And yeah, you call it. There's a barista at the Starbucks I go to by Queen Bee's house. She's just putting herself through school. She's a single mom, I believe. I don't know if a single mom. I shouldn't say that. She's a mom. Putting herself through school, but she's working at Starbucks because they're paying for her school. She's not a teenager by any stretch. She's fantastic. I wish I had the dough. I'd just write her a check. Be like, here you go. You've shown that you are one of us. You're a hard worker. But they want to change they want to change. They can change it. Bye. Change it in some other company. You're not part of my company anymore. We literally are paying you above minimum wage to pour a cup of coffee. I'm not sorry. Oh, but baristas do so much more. Okay, cool. Then good, because if they're paying pouring coffee, they should be paid $1 an hour. For the love of God, it's that easy. But they do more. They make drinks and they clean and they do this and that. Cool. That's why they get $15 an hour. Great job. Nice. And I'll continue to pay my $5.75 for my Starbucks cold brew. Yep. Not going to stop doing it. But thank you, Lane Kiffin of Louisiana State University, LSU Tigers. My buddy owns every time they score a touchdown, they play Hold That Tiger. My buddy owns the rights to Hold That Tiger, to that song. Isn't that fantastic? I think he's on there. I actually went over to the Grand to see if he's up here. Oh, no. Even if he was, I was going to throw him. I'm going to throw him on the bus. But every time that Hold That Tiger plays, the Duke is royalties. Fantastic. This is absolutely fantastic. Thank you guys for being here. This is in other news. I did say football. So let's talk about a few weeks ago. And I've been holding on to this one because it's a tough subject, guys. And I'm about to get a little deep on y'all. Monday Night Football was taken over by one player. Pre-game, not during the game, taken over by one player. And I'll say former player because he's deceased. He didn't die of cancer. He didn't die of a horrible accident. Killed himself. In the pregame, all was talking about, I'm not going to say his name. He's one of the Dallas Cowboys, and they were in L.A., too. It wasn't even a Cowboys game. It wasn't even in Dallas. It wasn't in Arlington, wherever they are. Hijacked. They brought the Warren Treaty out. It's a fantastic group. Warren Treaty out. They've got a song with Zach Bryan. It's fabulous. To sing just a wonderful song and this and that. They hype this dude to no end. They're playing video montages. This is an away game. Playing video montages of the dude. All the announcers are talking about is this guy. All they're talking about this guy and killing himself. And I'm asking you, and this is why I want to bring this up. Does that hurt or help? And I am firmly planted on the side of hurt. What this does is say, hey, if you are thinking about ending your life, look what's possible. You're going to be immortalized. You're an athlete thinking about doing it, you are going to be listening to them, they're going to fawn all over you. You're a third stringer on the sideline, whatever, and you're thinking, man, I get no kind of love. No, I'm really thinking about ending things. Boy, that'd put me over the top. Dear God, our next game's a home game. They're gonna have a parade for me. And Grizz, I agree. I think it glorifies it. And I think that it is a terrible thing to do. And let me give another example, and we'll go back to the suicide thing. But I mean, I think that this falls in kind of the same category. With these kids going up, shooting up schools and shooting up buildings and whatnot. I think if the media did not give it credence, the media didn't have this philosophy of if it bleeds, it leads. I think it would I honestly think it would decrease mass shootings. Because if somebody's going to end their life, they're going to do it in a blaze of glory, and they're going to be talked about for months. Well, weeks. Come on, let's be honest. Now it's just days. It's absolutely, yes. Yeah, James is exactly. It was Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. Troy Aikman needs to lay off the HGH. I don't know if I forget what commercial he was in, but I was like, dude, he was doing this. He was holding his arms like this, so his muscles and his veins popped out as he wouldn't stop moving from this position. Like, bro, whew. Yeah. I mean, he's staying in good shape, but I mean, the HGH is clear. The dude is on a growth hormone. Holy mackerel. Yes. Hey, Lynn, we hope that your brother's well. I hope your brother is good. Lynn's heading off to the hospital to check on his brother. So I hope he is well. Hope he gets out of there soon. But this guy, the shooters, same. It's like Rob and I had to. We wouldn't name the shooter. We wouldn't talk about the shooter. And didn't do anything. But I mean, just our little way of going. You know what? We're not going to glorify this. In any way, are we going to glorify this? It is, to me, something that promotes. Because the thing, if a younger person is thinking about self-harm, it's probably because they aren't getting the attention that they need. They aren't getting the attention they seek or think that they need, or have been told by the media in society they need. They're going to get it somehow, and if it's post-mortem, it's post-mortem. They're going to be immortalized by doing this. Because it gets glorified by the media. And I think what the NFL did was a disservice to our desire as a we the people to eliminate self-harm and suicide nationwide. I think that is I think it hurts. One of my favorite players in all of NFL history is Junior Seau. Junior Seau was a beast. Junior Seau was a legend. Junior Seau had it. Michael Strahan had it. Howie Long had it. There are several people. The Bosa has it. Just that instinct, that mindset of this is my job and I'm going to do it to perfection. Junior Seau was it. And Junior Seau committed suicide. Junior Seau, after Hall of Fame career, by all rights, it was a restaurateur. He had a big, huge, gigantic sports bar in San Diego called Seau's. Took him 30 seconds to come up with that name, but it's Seau's. I'm not going to confirm nor deny. It might have been one of my top 5 drunk experiences at Seau's, because I loved Seau's. And one night just lasted way too long. Anyway, Junior shot himself in committing suicide. Shot himself in the chest. Y'all think about that. Shot himself in the chest. Why would he do that? Because the reason why he took his own life was how daily, hourly, minute by minute, he was suffering from CTE. Don't ask me to pronounce it. Grizz, I want to agree, but I think I'm bringing that up because I think I'm disagreeing with that. He did it to bring awareness to CTE. Yes. You agree on that. Okay. Did it bring awareness to CTE? Hell and no. Because the NFL buried that story faster than any other story they've buried. And yes, Ron, it was a concussion issue. The guy's brain was scrambled. So CTE, as you get concussions and things like that, and guys like me that's had brain surgeries, there's scarring in the brain. And basically it leads to every kind of problem you can imagine. I have problems. I don't have CTE problems. After 2 brain surgeries, I have problems, not CTE problems. So Junior took his own life and was going to anyway. Didn't go out in a blaze of glory. And the fact that he did it to expose the problems with CTE actually stopped the NFL from glorifying his suicide like they are doing now with this, what they did a couple of weeks ago with this Cowboys player. Glorifying the suicide. And like Queen Bee said before he came on the show, it's like people should celebrate the life of people instead of the death, but it's hard to do when everybody knows what the hell happened. When everybody knows that the dude took his own life. It's hard to do that without kinda giving a nod to how the life was taken, right? And I got to tell you, it is in Grizz, I did not know that about you, bro. I did not know. Yeah. So Grizz says he has to deal with CTE. I'd love to talk to you about that, champ. Yeah. Anyway, it almost stopped them from glorifying Junior Seau because this is Junior Seau. This wasn't just a rookie that had a couple of good games and this and that like the Cowboys deal. This was Junior freaking Seau. Dude was his own. He was his own economy. Oh, breaks my heart. It breaks my heart that man did what he did. We can just full stop it right there, right? We can full stop. He just the fact that he just did what he did, and then it breaks my heart that why he did it the way he did it didn't come to fruition because of the powers that be at the NFL said there's no way in hell we could ever, and I mean ever, shine a light on CTE because it would shut down our whole program. I don't know if you've seen that. I mean, the NFL guys, some of the college guys rolling around with the big old thing on their head, like they have another wrap on top of their helmet. They look like big mushrooms out there. It's ridiculous. Just quit. Just stop playing football then. If you're going to go out there looking like that, oh. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Chris. He's a philanthropist, good dude. By all rights, a good dude. For what we know is a good dude. There was one time where I thought that Steve Jobs was a good dude. Steve Jobs was a raging lunatic. Yes. Be careful when talking about loss of life in certain words. Oh, will they really? Yeah. Okay. They'll have to say schmooshmide. Yeah. It's good. Yeah. Rhonda's warning me of certain words. Yeah. Certain words they'll yank. That's for sure. So everyone's going to be offended about everything. Everybody's got to find something to be offended about. I'm sorry, y'all, but that is part of our world, whether we like it or not. The vast majority of firearm deaths in this country are because of schmooshmide. Period. If we don't want to talk about it like grown-ups, it's never going to get to the end of the problem. Never going to. If we don't stop glorifying it like the NFL is doing, we're never going to get down to the end of this. It was they're a billionaire that isn't I don't know if there's a billionaire that isn't a lunatic. I just saw Michael Dell's picture of Michael Dell. God bless him, by the way. Michael Dell and his wife are donating, I believe it's $6.5 billion to give something like 10 million kids a new laptop. I think that's pretty rad. But I saw a picture of him and his wife. It gave a Macron family vibe. That's all I'm gonna say. What did it say? Self-deleted? Oh no. No, I'm not going to say self-deleted. I'm not going to, but that is that's oh my goodness sakes. You're offended by the offense, yes. Everybody's got to find something to piss and moan about. Good Lord. Mike said this. I saw a YouTuber that said this. Okay, then stop watching that YouTuber. God, isn't that old joke? Doc, it hurts when I do this. He's like, well, don't do that. Let's see. Yeah. You can't talk because you can't talk about it. I can't talk about Schmeiver Schmeckton. I can't talk about the Chovid. I can't talk about Schuschmide because somebody's going to be offended. Queen Bee would like to know if she can piss and moan about something. Go for it. Well, we got 2 minutes left, sweetheart. If you want to jump in there, go for it. Yeah. Oh, you're gonna mad that I call my woman sweetheart? Yeah. How misogynistic of you. Let's see. Yes. She does true crime content. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Amount of bleeps in her videos outrageous. I bet. I am toying with the idea of a little true crime adventure, so we'll stay tuned for that. Stay tuned. I have one experimental channel up, and we'll chat about that at a different time. Let's see. Right down the road. Oh, okay. All right. See, I was on a walk with Ozzy right down the street, and my UPS didn't leave the box without a signature. Oh, because it was a high dollar item, darling. Oh, in other crimes. I love that. Miguelito. Gracias, Miguelito. Mm-hmm. Oh, I like that one. Mm-hmm. Okay. But okay, so Queen Bee and she didn't leave a box without a signature. I'm actually thinking. Oh, you were talking to her on Ring and she was like, nope, can't leave without a signature. Well, she's gonna save her job. She's like, I'm not gonna leave this here. Somebody's gonna be like, I left it without a signature. No way. Yeah. Oh, it's terrible. That's actually something we should talk about on Thursday. I think it's a good idea. What Queen Bee's going through. But I actually just read an article about certain FedEx no delivery zones. And the reason why they have no delivery zones is because the trucks are just getting robbed. There was a video I was watching of a man who was there was this little driver. It was like his first day or something like that. Had a little Lakers hat on. There's this dude filming himself telling the guy, literally, we will jack you if you come through here again. Do not drive down that road. Get the hell out of here, or you're going to get robbed and beat up. So FedEx, what do they have to do? They got to no delivery zones, period. Like he said, she would have left it if somebody talked to him on Ring. And that's, we can all thank goodness that Queen Bee is who she is, and she's not a FedEx or UPS delivery driver. I actually had to buy dog food for the first time in like 2 months because Amazon sent me some little extra dog food because my dog food kept getting stolen. So I ordered on Amazon. It kept getting stolen, and they wouldn't admit that it was stolen. They wouldn't admit it. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, text me the word that I can't use, so I can't say shmooshmide. Yeah. I have to disagree this time. I'm actually with the UPS driver on this one. I'm totally with the UPS driver on this one. Yeah. So robbing the trucks that it's crazy how they're robbing. They're stealing stuff. And Queen Bee asked me this morning. She's like, well, how can they keep stealing stuff from the? I'm like, if it says out for delivery and doesn't show up, it's getting stolen. It is getting stolen to the drivers working with somebody because they've got to take a picture of this and that. They're working with somebody just, That, what do they say there? What do they put online? There's an interruption in shipping. Yes. From Tolleson to my house, which is 6 miles. A lot of bad things happen there, apparently. Jeez. All right, let's get out of here. But yeah, Thursday we'll talk about that. I think that's something we should talk about in hoping your packages show up at this day and age. So thanks for hanging out with me, you guys. This is In Other News. I'm your host, Mike Russell. We'll see you mañana for the Go Show at noon. Have a great rest of your day, everybody.